Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here on this sunny Sunday in New York City. I'm sure there are many places you all could be other than here. And thank you to the devotees for coming all the way from New Jersey to lead Kirtan. And I'm so sorry that you only had 5 minutes, so we can arrange if you're here for Kirtan during the Arti, if you would like to lead. That would be beautiful. Let's see, we are here from Bhagavat Sravana program, and we do this every week, and we're very happy to have all of you coming back again and again. Is there anyone who's here for the very first time? Okay. Anyone for the second time? Anyone for the third time? It's only my 4th time, so... Okay, so... First time, yes, we have a first timer here today. And look what happens to those who come for the first time. So good that you didn't raise your hands, you had to give the class, right? Okay, so we're very honored and privileged to have with us a very wonderful guest speaker. I have a bio. It's only 6 pages long, so I'll only read 3 pages, okay? Is that all right? So this devotee has been connected with spirituality since childhood. His parents nurtured his spirituality. He received a copy of the Bhagavad Gita as it is in December of 2005. And he started reading, and for deeper understanding came to ISKCON, seeing the address in the book. Good thing they didn't move, right? Full-time celibate devotee Chakravarti Das joined ISKCON Juhu Mumbai as a full-time brahmachari in January 2011. Preaching and guidance, he actively guides many youth congregations and engages in corporate preaching at ISKCON Juhu. He also conducts several spiritual retreats for a national and international audience, thus enabling them to appreciate and absorb India's spiritual culture and heritage. He's a member of the Temple Management Council at ISKCON Juhu and oversees the Brahmachari Ashram and handles new Bhakta training and HR. He serves as the general manager of ISKCON Virar, a branch of ISKCON, and he is the vice chairman of the ISKCON India Youth Council, IIYC, and a member of the HR committee of ISKCON Bureau. He's chairman of West India Youth Preaching. He shares practical life lessons from ancient Vedic wisdom online on YouTube channels in Hindi, English, and Sindhi. He's running 4 YouTube channels, one of which is recording right this moment, with the main channel having 140,000 subscribers. Krishna Kanaya. He conducts online sessions on life-changing principles from the Bhagavad Gita, aiming to boost mental clarity, emotional strength, and provide tools for stress management and productivity. So with a curriculum vitae like that, I don't know how you were able to leave India with so many responsibilities, but also there's no expectation for an amazing class today, and I'm sure you're going to meet those expectations. So we'd like to welcome His Grace Chakravarti Prabhu by chanting very loudly 3 Haribol. Haribol! 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 His Grace Chakravarti Prabhu Ki Jai.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So we'll sing this beautiful bhajan, Jai Radha Madhav. Mr. Prabhupada always sang before he started class. Shri Ram Sankirtan ki Srila Prabhupada ki Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagadam Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Name Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shundivadi Pashyata Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauradushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Taptaganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavadeshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarveshya Kripa Sindhu Bheva Japatitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Thank you very much for inviting me, for allowing me to speak something. And as I said, this is my first time, and I just visited 26th Avenue. So I'm still meditating on, all the walls, on the pictures, everything, because I have only seen 26th Academy with the Matchless Gift, only in some videos, maybe some old pictures, heard a lot about it in Prabhupada Amrit from other Prabhupada disciples, but seeing first time, it's something different. So, we'll be discussing something about happiness. There are many things that are common in this world, where everyone will agree. But everyone, from reptiles to animals to birds to microbes to human beings, Australians and Americans and Russians and Indians and Chinese and Africans, everyone agrees, and we come together at one common point. We all want happiness. Everyone is looking for happiness. Everyone. If you would have seen sometimes these ants, as the sun rises, and just before sunrise, ants will crawl, will come out of their so-called apartments, where they don't have to pay any tax or insurance. What they're looking for is food. Why? And then you will see them, they'll parade, like a military parade, they'll all go in one line. Very disciplined, no? What they're looking for is food. Why? Because food will give them energy. What will they do with the energy? They will engage in activities which will in turn make them happy. So everyone is actually looking for happiness. Is there anyone in this room who's not looking for happiness? See, happiness may differ, which we'll talk in details. Someone's happiness may be partying all night and sleeping all day. Someone's happiness may be in sports. Someone's happiness may be in just going for long drives. Someone's happiness may be flying in the sky. Someone's happiness may be just, watching videos, TikTok, or playing on video games. And someone's happiness may be eating. Now it's very, very famous. Someone may be happy by chanting Om. Someone may be happy by chanting Hare Krishna. Someone may be happy by worshipping the deities. Someone may be happy by cleaning the floor. Someone may be happy by looking at the deities. Happiness may differ, but the common denomination is everyone in this world, beyond this world, is actually looking for happiness. So why are we here? We have already tried different varieties of happiness. It's not that we have not tried. Something went wrong, and we are here. Nobody, we see until unless they are kids or devotees, like these small kids. It's not that, parents who are not devotees, they send their kids, oh, go to this Hare Krishna center, Bhakti center. Become a devotee. We're not living in that age. We don't have mothers like Dhruva's mother or Lakshmana's mother. Happiness is something which an individual has to find out. You see, there are 3 siblings, but they will be happy in different activities. Same parents, but happiness will be derived for all 3 of them in different ways. So let us now be a little more analytical. I did one real-time incident 20 years ago, maybe 19 years ago. I just came to ISKCON, and one of my friend, who was my friend before I came to ISKCON, he just met me, and he asked me what am I doing. So I told him. We were talking about happiness. He said, see, I become happy when I feed people, poor people. I said, very nice. Feeding poor people is very nice. But if you feed a poor person who's hungry, you think he'll be happy? He said, yes. How long will he be happy? Few hours, because after 4 to 6 hours, when the food gets digested, he's hungry again. Again, he will have to look for someone who will feed him. So he said, no, I will feed him again in the evening. I'll come back in the evening, I'll feed him again. I said, next day he'll be hungry again. He said, okay, whole life I will feed him. I said, very nice. But he's a young fellow. Just giving food will not be sufficient. He needs clothing. He needs shelter. I will provide. I'll give him clothes. I'll give him house. Then he needs to marry. He will not become a brahmachari necessarily. So he needs to marry. So I'll get him married. And kids will be there. Who will look after the education of kids? I will look after. I'll arrange his laptop, I'll arrange his mobile, everything. And he was just talking. So then finally, he said, I'll give him everything he wants. Then he'll be happy. I said, Prabhu, do you have those things to give him? He said, yes. I have everything. And I asked him, are you happy? That was a shocking moment for him. He had everything, what he thinks that he'll give to this poor person, he will become happy, but you have everything, are you happy? No. So then it comes to the point that there are certain things which makes us happy for few minutes, few hours, maybe few days, maybe few months, maybe few years. Not beyond that. You buy new clothes, you buy a pair of shoes, you become happy. Kids, they feel very happy. They become very happy when you give them new shoes or new clothes or new toys. So everyone is searching, and we are all searching for happiness, not from this life. The search is on from previous lives. The soul is just on a journey to look for happiness. He is looking for happiness which will stay with him. Think about it. What activity makes you happy every day, every time? Sometimes you may say, oh, I'm a foodie. I like to eat. It gives me happiness. Sometimes you may not like to eat. If your health is not good, if the weather is not good, you don't like to eat. Then you don't want that food which used to give you happiness. And not to talk about any relationship, what is happening in the world in terms of relationship. No two people are able to become happy together. That's the situation. Today's world. Be it America, be it India, any part of the world, same situation. People are not able to, stay together. Be it parents and kids, be it husband, wife, be it partners. It's difficult. I know one young girl and boy, and they were in a relationship. 6 years committed, very seriously committed in a relationship for 6 years. And they thought now we have settled, we both are having good career, and they were in film industry. So let's get married. 6 years of commitment, now let's get married. I don't know what happened after marriage. 6 months after the marriage, they filed divorce. Anyways, if we talk about relationship, entire class will go on that. But the point is, there are instances, there are things which we like to do to make ourselves happy, but they don't last long. So definitely then we should search for, and we are searching, and that is what our search has brought us here, to find out a happiness which will last not only for this life, but it will go beyond. I asked some of the disciples of Sri Prabhupada in Bombay, who have come to this movement in like 1966, 1967. They're still chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And that gives them happiness. You would have heard a lot of stories. Sometimes this devotees, someone sued them. They're crazy fellows, these Hare Krishnas, they're crazy people. Why? They just chant and sing and then hear only one song. They have to visit a psychiatrist, otherwise how can you sing one song in radio? You keep changing. So we understand one thing, attention span was not very great that time also. Now it's maybe for a few seconds, that time maybe for a few minutes. You need to change the song. And there's the court case. I've personally seen very closely my spiritual master, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. 1968 he got connected in Montreal. And Prabhupada was told by US authorities, no, Swamiji, you need to go back. Your visa is extended a few times, now you need to go back. And then Prabhupada thought, going back to India is a time-consuming and expensive affair. Then I have to preach. So then devotee suggested go to Canada. So I went to Montreal, stayed there for almost 2 to 3 months. That is where Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was introduced to Prabhupada. And I saw him chanting all day, all night, all life, just chanting. Reading same Prabhupada's books, every day singing same Mangal Aarti. Everything same. Okay, we may not know what is going on beyond this life, at least this life, we have people who are doing same thing again and again every day. Why? Because that brings them happiness. If you are feeling thirsty and you just call out for water, what will happen? Will you get water or will you become more thirsty? But when you chant Krishna's name, you feel that happiness. So, okay, someone may say, oh, you people are sentimental. Just chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, you read Bhagavad Gita, you read Srimad Bhagavatam. Such an amazing, in-depth wisdom, knowledge is mentioned in that, given in that. If I know who am I, then the second question is, how can I be happy? How many of you are planning to take lunch prasad with us after the program? So by lunch program you will be hungry. If you are not sufficiently hungry, then we have Artik and then Kirtan and you can dance. And you become hungry. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to do. If you are hungry and we give you a plate of prasad, then you get some rice, some chapati, some vegetables, different items. And you keep everything, you put something in pocket, in your shirt, you keep something in pant, if your bag, you put something in your bag. And you go home. Oh, it was nice program. And your friends or family members ask you, so, did you have lunch? Yeah, I had lunch. It's in my bag, it's in my pockets. So, how are you feeling? I'm feeling hungry. You're feeling hungry, you just had lunch. Because you did not put the food into your mouth. It did not reach your stomach. You're still hungry. So if I think I am this dress, I am this cloth, and I put the food, will it make me happy? I'll be hungry. How can I be happy? No hungry person in the world would be happy. So first of all, I need to know that this food is meant for this body. That is to be known. So similarly, by reading this Vedic literature, reading Bhagavad Gita, the first thing, Dehino asmini dhadehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantara praptis dhiras tatra namoyati. All those intelligent people who do not want to get bewildered, and who do not want to get bewildered, they understand that they are not this body. They are soul. How many of you have a house? Any part of the world. Do you have a house? Rented or owned, whatever. Even if rented. How many of you have 2 houses? Everyone. One house in which we stay, we call it home, where you have to pay the tax. And another house given by Krishna, which is this body. Navadvara Dehapuri. The soul is staying in this house. Okay. Now let us take an analogy. Suppose this is my house and this is temple. So this is my house. And I've fixed all the lights, fans, air conditioning, central heating. All walls are very nice, painted. Lot of paintings. This is good. But then I need to take care of my body also. Just by taking care of the house, my body will not be nourished. I need to take care of my body also. By cleaning, bathing, by eating, by sleeping, exercise. All these things are required for the body. Otherwise, body will suffer. Similarly, this body is a house, it's a home, and soul is inside. If I will not give the food to the soul, the body will flourish. And eventually body may get diseased. But who will suffer? The soul. You and me. We are not bodies and we are souls, and we don't provide food to the soul, we will not be happy. So if we are looking for happiness, if anyone is looking, now this house is temporary, this body is temporary, maybe 70 years, maybe 80 years. If I go to Japan, maybe 120 years. But ultimately it has to get decomposed. The body doesn't die because the body is already dead. Body will not die, it's already dead. But the soul is eternal, soul is permanent, and if that soul is given the food, the soul gets permanently nourished. Because the food for the soul is also permanent. You will eat lunch here, you will definitely need dinner. Even if you say, no, I'm on a diet, then you need next day morning breakfast. The soul, what you give, stays. So if I chant Hare Krishna mantra, if I read Bhagavad Gita, if I perform the activities of bhakti, it remains with the soul. Even if I die, the next life, it will still remain with me. Srila Prabhupada says, if you have completed 40% of your bhakti, next life you will start from 41st percent. We all would have gone to school and colleges in the previous lives. But again, this life we have to start A for apple, B for ball. Same. Everything is just washed off. So practically, what is happiness is what will remain. You don't want to divorce the happiness from your life. You don't want to separate the happiness from your life. So spiritual element has to give spiritual food. Like you have two types of vehicles, mainly electric and gas. The vehicle, if a car is on gas, you cannot charge it with electricity. If a car is an electric vehicle, you cannot put gas in that. So material body needs material foods, material elements, material food, material clothing, sleep, whatever. Similarly, spiritual soul needs spiritual food. And that spiritual food comes from spiritual world. It does not come from Walmart. You don't find it until unless some devotee is standing there and requesting you to chant. So the food first, so because soul has come from spiritual world, from different world, so the food also has to come. Like you see, you have this ISS, International Space Station, 400 miles in the sky, and astronauts, they go. Do they take food from here or do they grow food there? They take food from here because their body belongs to this planet, and if they travel, they have to take the food. Similarly, the soul has come from the spiritual world, and the food also has to come from the spiritual world. But what happened? Sometimes these small kids, they forget their lunch box. And their papa has to run, or daddy, whatever you call, father has to run to school. Oh my son, oh my daughter, you forgot your lunch. So we came to this world to enjoy. And Lord Krishna, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is running behind, oh my dear sons and daughters, please wait. You forgot your food. I brought. And that is Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's Bhagavat Gita. He's running behind us. And he's telling us, eat your food, eat your food. Every mother has to go through. No matter which part of the world you are, when your child starts walking and just started running, then he'll run in the entire house. You feed him one morsel, he'll run in the entire house. Then you again call him. Go and grab him and put again some food into his mouth. Similarly, Krishna is coming again and again, so many incarnations. But we are not accepting that. So unfortunate, the people of this world are not accepting. And what is happening in this world? Chaos. What is happening in this world is how mind is working of the people. Who will do what? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Be it common public, be it terrorists, be it the heads of the nations. Nobody knows what they will do. It's a difficult situation. So Krishna is coming again and again in different incarnations so that we take the dose of our food and become healthy spiritually and realize, oh, I do not belong to this place. By reading Bhagavad Gita, by reading Srimad Bhagavatam, by reading different various books given by Srila Prabhupada, we understand we do not belong to this place. And then what? Let's take a U-turn. I'm going on the wrong path. The material world is always filled with. Nowadays you are practically seeing so many hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcano eruptions, so many diseases, so much of distress, so much of loneliness. Loneliness is like the seed of all diseases. People are feeling so lonely these days, so lonely. You should be alone, but not lonely. Being alone is your choice. Okay, you be alone, you are doing your things. Sometimes like we sit alone, we read Bhagavatam, we read Bhagavad Gita, we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is being alone, being with Krishna actually. But loneliness is like you don't have anyone to go. Depression, frustration, suppression, suspension, everything. So until unless we give spiritual food to the spiritual soul, that happiness will not last long. We may try many things, and we have tried. We are sitting here because we've tried many things. Yeah, we are intelligent. That's why we are here. There are people who are not so intelligent, not so fortunate, so they are not here. At least I am here. Everyone should think, everyone should come in front of Lord and Prabhupada. I am here. Please take care of me. And Krishna is saying, just follow this one instruction. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Nasteva. In this age of Kali, in this dark age, what can give us happiness is holy name of Krishna. And you see an amazing thing, whichever part of the world you go, whichever religion, everyone is talking about glorifying the Lord by chanting their holy name. The words may differ, but it is same personality. Whichever religion you go, all over the world, it's all about keeping God in center. A lot of fights in the world is happening because keeping the place of God in center. But we say, let us keep God in center. The place will automatically come. When Krishna is here, this is Krishna's place. Everything belongs to Krishna. Sometimes we see the fight is only for the small patch of land. Everywhere. It's not only Jerusalem. It's in India, same thing. But if you bring the Supreme Almighty God, the Supreme Almighty Krishna in your own life, you know what is His place then? Your heart. Your heart becomes His place. And you know what will happen? Because people all over the world fight for the place of God, fight for the place of Krishna. So people will fight for their heart also. That means they will want to enter in your heart. They will love you because you love Krishna. You love Krishna, people will love you. If you don't love Krishna, people will not love you. They will only come and use, abuse and misuse you. And that's what's happening. So let us just all love Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, by giving the spiritual food. And then, see such a beautiful culture we have. We don't ask, we ask Krishna, please, give us our daily bread. But He's providing. Prabhupada says, we provide Krishna. Krishna is eating, he's enjoying his lunch. He's not enjoying bread or vegetables or other things. He's enjoying the love with what devotees have cooked. A small girl, what's your name?
Madhuri.
Small girl, Madhavi. How old are you, Madhavi?
7.
7 years old. If she plans that my father's birthday is coming, let me cook something for him. And she takes help of mother. She'll try to prepare the cake. She'll bake the cake. Somehow the cake is half baked. Somehow. It's okay. It's all right. But when you offer it to your father, what will your father say? How will he react? Will he say, oh, it's a 3rd class? So bad. Will he say that? What will he say? He will like it. He will enjoy it. He will be so happy. Not because of the cake, but because what? His daughter, Madhuri, is giving love in the form of cake. So we are giving food to Krishna, lunch. He enjoys the love of devotees. So you give love to Krishna, and Krishna will make sure everyone in the world will eventually love you. And even if nobody loves you, worst case, which will never happen, Krishna loves you. And that's happiness. So how many of you are looking for happiness? Can you please raise your hand? So how many of you want happiness, eternal happiness, unending happiness, which will come and never go away? That's bhakti. And that's why you are here in Bhakti Center. Where the center is bhakti. So this is how. Otherwise, you keep traveling all over the world, you may go to heavenly planets, you may go to further, maybe you will get the license first or visa first to go to Mars. Mr. Musk may take you. Possible. But what his plan is to develop a society of 1 million people. And who are those 1 million people? People from the same planet. So we are fighting here. What will we do there? Same fight. Nothing new. So what's the point? There is no point going there. Okay? So happiness we have to get. So spiritual soul needs spiritual food. And that's Hare Krishna mantra, that's reading Bhagavad Gita, that's serving devotees, serving Prabhupada, cleaning this place, attending the talks, honoring prasadam. It's all wonderful. And I've seen devotees 55 years, 57 years. Vijayadut Sarma at 66, he came. Almost 59 years, he's still in bliss. So many devotees. So we should just accept this process, try it out, and you will see so much happiness you will get. And then share with others. Hare Krishna. If any one of you want to share anything or you want to ask anything, please feel free to do so. We have still 8-9 minutes remaining.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. It's a very nice analogy that you gave, that we come from a different world. So our food also has to come from different world. And as Narottam Das Thakur says, right, Golo ke bring that So even though we have heard and read about it and know about this, but still in the practice, we still lack the sincerity or the seriousness and commitment. So how can we increase our seriousness and focus in taking this spiritual food which we are starving for?
There are two ways for anything we do in life. You drove from Jersey City to New York. So either you follow the traffic rules or you get the ticket. How do you learn traffic rules? From the books, from the law books. So either we learn from Bhagavad Gita and we learn from Prabhupada and his disciples, we learn from devotees that this is important and understand that I am not this body, I am this soul. And that is why when you drive, there's so many signs. Turn left, turn right, quarter mile, half mile, this road, this avenue, that avenue. So time and again Krishna is bringing devotees or such, he's creating a situation that you are shown a sign. There's a signboard. You're not this body or soul. That's why you are here. And because you are looking how to become more serious, you are here, and somehow Krishna inspired me to talk on this subject matter. That's Krishna's sign. Otherwise, the illusory potency of Krishna will give us a ticket. And we are getting tickets. We know what pain is. So all three things are working together. Krishna is giving us knowledge directly or through his devotees. Krishna is creating a situation where you get to see the signboards, or else Krishna is engaging his illusory potency to give us a ticket. So if we become sincere, it's good for us. We have to understand, we have to become intelligent. We cannot be like a child. Because we are in pain, we are in trouble. We don't find happiness, so understand that. I mean, if I'm in pain, I'll definitely go to a doctor. So if you are not becoming serious, even after understanding what can be done, you can pray. Things don't work, Krishna will put you in a situation where you become serious. So better voluntarily you give up, you become serious rather than Krishna puts us into this situation. But we have to become serious. You want happiness, ultimate happiness, unending spiritual happiness. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atma na Shochati na Kamshati. You want to become Brahma Bhuta, spiritual. Na Shochati na Kamshati. No lamentation, no material desires. Just enjoy. So become serious. Just become serious. Nobody is stopping you. It's our only and only enemy is mind. Mind is stopping us. Nobody is stopping you. The family, I can see their devotees. Nobody in the world can stop us. Sometimes back in India, the college students say, "Oh, my mother is telling not to chant Hare Krishna." When I ask your mother did you ask your mother before watching the pornographic videos? No. Then? Did you ask your mother before smoking a cigarette? No. But you want to ask before chanting Hare Krishna and your mother says no and you say, okay, I'm a very good boy, I'm mama's boy. You're doing all the nonsense, you're doing all the nasty things. That time you don't have a problem. And now your mother stops. So mind. Mind is telling us to do nasty things and we are doing it. So why not to tell mind, I have heard enough from you. Now sit in one corner and just hear what I am chanting. So become serious. Just tell your mind, kick your mind. Mind is only taking us for distraction. If tsunami is approaching, you don't proceed towards the beach. Oh, tsunami waves, I will go for surfing. I coming from Jersey City 2 days back. What happened? Everyone was pushed out from the beach. Government said, go back. Why? Government has a well-wisher. So you know that mind is taking us for destruction. How can you proceed towards the direction? So you have to become strong. And one way is preach and pray. And another is when you're chanting, stop everything and just hear Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any one of us sitting here is looking for unending spiritual happiness. We must hear the chanting. Just chant Hare Krishna mantra and hear, and you will see things will change. Okay? Yes, Tarun.
You mentioned how sometimes Krishna puts us in situations. You mentioned sometimes how Krishna puts us in situations where he forces us to become serious. And sometimes he puts us in those situations we become serious also. The situation improves. And we go back to how we were in terms of intensity. And this cycle very often repeats. And after a point, one may feel discouraged. At least I have experienced that you don't even have the capacity to speak to the lotus feet of Krishna in terms of intensity. So how does one tackle that discouragement which one feels because of one's own track record in the service?
See, we feel discouraged, we feel frustrated because given an opportunity, we are not accepting it. Krishna created certain situation, we took up bhakti seriously, and again the situation improved, you left it. So again Krishna has to create a situation. But what that bhakti you are performing in that situation, which was not favorable situation, unfavorable situation, that bhakti gets recorded in your eternal bank account. And then another set of bhakti. It's like, you drive safely, you follow the norms, you don't get ticket. You break the norms, you get ticket. Again you follow, again next week you break the norm, you get another ticket. Why you want? But mind will take us. Mind not easy to deal with. I can understand. So when the situation is unfavorable, then you pray to Krishna intensely, read, chant and hear. Are you hearing Prabhupada's lecture? Are you hearing? Every day you must hear one lecture, just 30 minutes. Every day you must hear one lecture of Prabhupada. Prabhupada will take care of things. I have personally done this. From last more than 10 years, every day I hear at least 2 Prabhupada lectures. Amazing, I'm telling you. Prabhupada's voice will just pull you out from the drowning situation. Then you will not be discouraged. Say, hear Prabhupada's lecture. Every one of us must hear Prabhupada's lecture. You hear other lectures, no problem, absolutely no issues. But hear Prabhupada's lecture every day. Just take 30 minutes. Hear it. Okay. Hands up. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
Chakravarti Prabhu ki jai. So thank you very much, everybody, for your wonderful class, searching for happiness. So please let us express our deep gratitude and appreciation. This is Chakravarti Prabhu's first time coming to the U.S., to the West, and we're very grateful, and we hope that you will come back again. Also, he'll be joining us on Wednesday evening, for those who are interested, at Matchless Gifts for a talk there on 26th 2nd Avenue. So everyone is invited to attend. So now we're going to have the Arti and Kirtan, so we ask everyone to please stand, and we can move the chairs and stuff out of the way, and we can have a nice Kirtan, after which we'll have serve our vegan feast after a few announcements. Hare Krishna. Hare Chakravarti Prabhu ki jai.
Namaste
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्रीष्म अभय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा माई की गंगा माई की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की बृहद मृदंग ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की श्री श्री राधा मुरलीधर की श्री श्री गौरचंद्र भगवान की श्री भक्ति सेंटर की ताई गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. So thank you very much everyone for being here for the Bhagavat Sravana program. We do this program every Sunday for those of you who are visiting for the first time. So we invite you to please come every Sunday. We start at 11 with some kirtan, 11:30. We have a talk. Do you know who our guest speaker is next week? Next week. Oh yeah, we canceled the program next week. We're not having the program next week, although I said we do it every week. And we're not doing it next week. But we're canceling it next week for a special person. Anyone knows who the special person is we're canceling it for? Srimati Radharani, Haribol. So we're not canceling the festivities, we're just moving it from the morning to the evening so that more devotees can actually come and attend. So next week, the 31st of August, will be Radhastami, the divine appearance day of Srimati Radharani. Haribol. So this year, August has been an incredible month of festivities. Balaram, Lord Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, and now Srimati Radharani also just squeezing into August, making it in there. How many of you are going to be here even though it's a Labor Day weekend? Yeah? Oh, good. Quite a few. So many devotees I've spoken to, they're like, oh, that's Labor Day weekend. I'm doing something else. So it's a very busy time, but we invite all of you to be here with us. So we're going to start that program at, I think, 4. Let me just get my schedule up. Sorry, we're starting at 3 p.m. So you can come. At 3 p.m. we're going to have Harinam Sankirtan, so we'd like to invite all of you to come, please, for the Harinam outside if you're not going to be busy somewhere else. Come for the Harinam. We'll be outside doing a procession around the street. We'll go to 26 2nd Avenue, Tompkins Square Park, and then come back. At 4 o'clock we'll have a welcome kirtan and the arti here in the temple room. At 4:20 we're going to be joined by one of the veterans of Bhakti Center here. His Grace Rasanath Prabhu will be giving the talk. And then at 5 o'clock we're going to have an Abhishek of Srimati Radharani, the children Radha Krishna deities here. At 5:40 we're going to have kirtan and a pearl offering. So this is a special feature that we've been doing many years here for Srimati Radharani, where everyone gets the opportunity to write a little offering on a pearl. And on that pearl that you write your offering, there will be actually a little pearl. And you'll come up and offer it to Srimati Radharani. And that pearl will be strung on the thread and it will be offered to Srimati Radharani during the program. So it's a very beautiful and special gift offering. At 6:15 we're going to have a special auction in honor of Srimati Radharani. Anyone who was here for Janmashtami? Anyone who was here for Janmashtami? So you may remember there were some beautiful fans handmade by the devotees. So they took literally hours, days to make all these fans. So many of them were very beautiful. Lots of devotees were saying, can I take this? Can I have this? So we're going to auction the fans off. So if you're part of our updates group or the newsletter, you'll have seen some pictures of those fans. So you can come. We're going to auction those off. 6:30 there will be Gora Arti. And at 7 p.m. we'll serve the feast for Srimati Radharani. So that's next Sunday on the 31st. So please, don't come at 11 o'clock. Well, you can come at 11 o'clock if you like, but there won't be anyone else here except for God and Radharani. They'll all be here. But the program will start at 3 o'clock next week. So a couple of other announcements. First one is this stack of books, which has become a tripod for our friend George here. Is actually, this stack of books is the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we're coming up to a special day, which is known as Bhadra Purnima. And Bhadra Purnima is a day where if you give a set of Bhagavatams to someone, or if you sponsor a set, we can give them on your behalf, then you receive immense benefit. So we're encouraging all members of our community to either purchase a set of Srimad Bhagavatams or to sponsor a set so that we can give it on your behalf. So if you would like to do that, you can speak to me. There's also a few special announcements we'd like to make. Today there is birthday of our wonderful Pujari, who is here now hiding in the Pujari room and probably not going to come out again now that I made the announcement. But Naina Mantri Devi, it is her birthday today. So if you see you can come out, Naina, if you like. No, she's away. Jose, Please come on. There she is. This is Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to you. So she's saying the perfect example of what you should do on your birthday, which is service. Another member of our Bhagavat Sravana team, Bhakti Jenna. Anyone knows Bhakti Jenna, remembers Jenna? Yeah, so she just got married last week, so we can also congratulate her. She's not here today. Maybe she's on honeymoon, I think, something. So she's not here. And also Bhakti Lee is with us. And is it okay to make that announcement, Lee? So Bhakti Lee, who's at the back of the room, she's nodding yes, so it's okay. She will be traveling next week to Florida, where she will be also having a birthday, where she'll be taking spiritual birth. She'll be taking initiation down in Florida, so we'd like to wish her. And also another one of our members of our community, Bhakta Adit. It was his birthday this week, so it's a very busy time, lots of birthdays. So if you see him, he's here today, so he'll be serving Bhakta Adit. So you can wish him a happy birthday also. Yes, ma'am. Is it your birthday also?
No, so my friend G, who's sitting there, it's his birthday today.
J or Jake? G. Okay. Oh, Jeet. Okay, Jeet. Thank you. Had heard like 10 different things. So Jeet, congratulations. Thank you for having your birthday. You share a birthday, the same as mine. And there's going to be a big cake for her, but we'll share it with you as well. Hare Krishna. Okay, so I think that's all the announcements. Did I miss anything? Any other birthdays? Any other special events? Okay. So we're going to serve the feast in the back of the room here in a few moments. It's a vegan feast. It's free for everyone, but if you would like to make a donation, there's a little box. There's some QR codes you can make a contribution if you like. Jai Shishirada Murli Gaur Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai.